Hey guys, and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. As always, I'm DemonFire93, and we are here at the second trial. Why was Chihiro murdered? Is the killer hiding within the group? Is there any help to be found in this series of murders? It's a very good question. We have all the truth bullets. Do I have any more skills? I don't think I do. Oh, vocabulary. Yeah. Sure. So I guess I have those. This our class trial begins again. Okay. Finish preparations, let's begin the second class trial. We're of course talking about Chihiro and her murder.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
We already know about it.
Your votes will determine the results.
If you can figure out
who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. And the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
In other words, everybody dies or one person extra dies.
Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon.
Murder weapon. Okay, it was the dumbbell. First we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. It was the dumbbell. Yes. Locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Correct.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
An iron pipe in the locker room.
Certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Byakuya with the iron pipe in the locker room. The weapon had to be at the scene of the crime. There was something with a blood stain on it. Yes, I just wanted to let the... No, I hate it. I just wanted to let them
According to the Monokuma,
you know, wanted to let the audio, the lines go through.
But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I think it was an iron pipe.
Wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Of course it was wrong, you fool.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime?
Can we not be stupid?
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
Right.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Exactly. There was no room for mistake or doubt on the last one either. The weapon was the knife. But you know, okay, sure.
You looked at her head wound?
Yes, we all should. Because we all need to come up with the same conclusion.
Yay! That's so creepy!
It's a part of the investigation to investigate the body, you fucking monkeys.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the Genocide Jack.
Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is...
Genocide Jack.
The fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Who's he pointing to? Who does he think Genocide Jack is? Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer? Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Sure. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to activate the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, you shoot an actual mark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, then the white light noise won't appear at all, in which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well, good luck and have fun. Right, so white noise, huh? Make your argument. Genocide Jack case file. Alright, so do I just click on the white noise with the right mouse button?
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
At least I have stuff to do,
Well, I mean,
thank
come
God.
on. There's just no proof for it. Hey, so
There
speaking
is.
of Genocide Jack,
Genocide Jack case
I don't know
file.
who that
Of course not, Hifumi. You're an idiot. The thing Byakuya showed me in the archive. One look at that, and anyone would be convinced. It shows that this was the work of Genocide Jack, except
The culprit
maybe
is
not.
Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
And I still think you are Genocide
that's
Jack.
impossible.
You or
Why?
Toko.
What
I
makes
can't
it
figure out which
impossible?
one.
is. Well, I mean, come on.
One of the two of you
There's
is,
just
and
no
so.
proof for it.
No, that's wrong. No, that's wrong. I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library.
With Byakuya.
I guess it's some
showed it
kind
to
of
me.
confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
Yeah.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
Plot convenience, that's all.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining
more than
characteristics
just
in
two.
every Genocide Jack case.
One is that they were strung up, and two is that there were a pair of scissors used, and then three is that there was bloodlust written in the victim's own blood at the scene of the crime, and then four, I believe, is that they were all male. So, Byakuya, your story's not checking out here.
First is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Sure.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Bloodlust, you dumbass.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
It's the hanging. Strung up. The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, it was that... Yeah.
Gun!
How the victim was
Apparently,
posed.
in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way.
Yeah, with a pair of scissors.
Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
I mean, I guess it's possible that, you know, the killer doesn't have scissors available here in the school, so they improvise with Byakuya's extension cord, which is why I'm leaning towards Byakuya being Genocide Jack and the killer, but...
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Different, slightly, but yes.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
Because they had access to the file, which means it was you, or because they were actually Genocide
There's
Jack.
only one logical
Which is you.
answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Okay, so here we go.
What?
Hi, Toko. You wanna confess to
Genocide
something?
Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
That makes no sense. Somewhat, but can we...
Hey, okay, wait, hold on a second.
Yeah, can we figure this
Toko
out?
has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember?
Bloodophobia.
What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Sure.
Another riddle. Man.
Because
why
she's
is this
got
gotta
split
be so
personality disorder,
complicated?
dissociative identity disorder. It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. what it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko, the answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? This is the Hangman's Gambit. Hangman's Gambit. DID? Nope. Oh, wow. Okay. That's, yeah. Schizophrenic.
Now I understand.
I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to be spelling here?
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
Like Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
Yeah, because of the sudden decision to flee the scene of the crime, that they think that he has split personality disorder.
They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it?
Dissociative
identity disorder.
DID?
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
perfectly acceptable.
Maybe.
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Is it? The one thing that shows how Toko had to have a split personality, it has to do with her behavior. She fainted, her behavior changed.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
It was, whoa, is that a body? Is that a person dead? Oh my god. I'm fine, yeah. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Yeah. She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top inning and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is... quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Yeah.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Sorry.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm.
She wasn't freaking out about blood.
In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
Okay. We do like to talk to that other one, so let's cut some fingers here.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Maybe. I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in.
It was to keep her from getting out.
It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
But clearly, her other personality could have just unlocked the door herself. Dumbass, but sure.
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
Sure.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
Right?
I do believe you misunderstood her.
What do you mean?
What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this?
It's how could you?
What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Because I'm Byakuya, and I'm a jackass, and I will tell everybody everything about everything.
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
Oh, I'd like to hear this conversation.
She told me a most interesting story.
And that is?
She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
Sure.
And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
Okay, so I guess it is Toko, and we're gonna vote for Toko then?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Okay, we found Genocide Jack, everybody.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
It was to protect himself.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Very true.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Ugh. Shut it, Toko.
Besides, you broke your promise first.
You said you wouldn't kill anyone.
You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. Okay, it's all adding up.
Kept my promise. You would go out with me.
Oh, God.
That's the only reason I promised.
You poor naive girl.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
Yeah.
But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it. But...
Do you even remember killing Chihiro?
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
This feels like a really short conclusion to the case.
Well,
it's
the
been one
act is
episode
nearly
and we're
finished.
already done.
All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
I'm sorry?
The person?
You mean Genocide Jack?
You don't mean...
Togo's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Oh, okay.
Hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a face.
What the heck?
Hey, Gene Simmons.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend,
Of course.
Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Ultimate murder. Even the serial killer has an ultimate title.
What the fuck is this?
Right?
Toko, what happened to you?
Genocide Jack?
That's Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
You should turn a blind eye to one's faults?
So intense.
You think?
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yeah.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Which one are you? One that's as bright as the sun? I don't think so. Even Leon's little portrait there is mesmer. Like, what the fuck is going on? This is the ultimate the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
Can I have your autograph?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, good question, Hifumi.
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
Which means absolutely nothing.
Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
No.
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid! And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless!
Interesting.
I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Did they? I mean, they let you run wild too. You kidnapped all of us and started us in this murder school.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
A bleak way of looking at things.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
Wow.
Just kidding again!
Okay.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
I'm not convinced. I'm still thinking it's you, Byakuya.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
Yeah, but Chihiro doesn't fit any of the signs. I think that you found out about Genocide Jack or Genocide Jill or whatever, and then you were like, I'm gonna murder and make it look like it was Genocide Jack, and then show all the proof to Makoto so that he can believe that it's Genocide Jack, and then we'll reveal it in the case, and then we'll convict her, and we'll convict her wrong, and then everybody will die except for Byakuya, who is the killer.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack.
Which I'm almost positive it was. It's like, hey, your secret identity will be outed.
If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
Yeah.
So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Sure.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
See? Genocide Jack would clearly love to, lord it over everybody if she did do it.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion. Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Okay. I'm not convinced. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. Well, she said I need to get some more details about all of this. Okay. Make your argument. Status of the dead body. Okay.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
An alibi.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong.
What more proof do we need?
Oh, God.
Give it up. You killed her.
Alright. I have to focus on remembering Chihiro's body. That must have the answer. That should prove that what he said isn't quite right.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh?
The
Now
alibi.
we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches
Wrong.
No, that's wrong!
You fool.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Suspender with scissors and only male victims.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Okay.
I murder with passion and conviction.
That doesn't tell us
I
anything.
consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things.
Getting a little closer.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything.
Sure.
But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Jesus Christ. What's wrong with ragu? I use ragu all the time.
This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that, in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Yep. There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a difference. The style of the bloody message, the victim's fatal injury.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different.
Yeah. They were
In the
stabbed with
Genocide
scissors.
Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
With a pair
According
of
to the
scissors.
case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Correct.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
From a dumbbell. So maybe it's possible that she just doesn't have scissors.
Remarkably different from the other murders.
But
wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
Exactly.
And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
with extension cord instead of stabbed with scissors, like crucified by scissors. That's right, the second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference. What was used to suspend her?
A gun! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
It was Byakuya's extension cord, but yes.
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
It's Byakuya.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
Okay, but what if you don't have access to those tools?
And you know what else?
What else?
Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
There's actually a third, and that's that they're all boys.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
Enlighten us.
Were you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Yes. I figured it all
Figure
out.
that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit in. If you look at the names of every victim, what you notice is, I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro, because Chihiro was a girl.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
That little lolly girl.
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
Ding, ding, ding.
What are you talking about?
All of the victims were male.
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Ken Harada, Tatsuhiro Honda. Yeah. All guys.
They were all guys?
That's right, Byakuya's next on the list.
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
And considering that Toko has a crush on Byakuya, that would be, Genocide Joe's next victim, I'm guessing.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it.
Okay.
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
What?
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, they wouldn't kill her?
Adorable little
Would an
man.
Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it.
Right.
It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Maybe.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive,
It would be you, Byakuya.
why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors!
But what if you don't have
Who
them?
would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Only a man.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors?
Oh boy.
I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Uh-oh. Oh, she's got her scissors. She has her scissors with her. Of course she does.
She's fully equipped.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime!
That's pretty badass.
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you!
Yeah. We're
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot! So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
So it's not Genocide Jill.
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
Not sure. I'm fairly certain that, yes, she is innocent, but we'll find out next time. See you guys.